All right, guys, so I wanted to start this off relatively quickly with minimal information, but make a short video with a lot of information. So today I'm going to kind of walk you through what I would, or how I would pull apart a medium-sized motor. Now, as you see here, I've already cut the end off of this motor right here. This is what the motor looks like when you pull it apart. We're going to do another in-depth video on pulling apart the entire motor, how we get these sectors removed. But when you're pulling apart a motor, there's just a couple of things you do need. One is going to be gloves. I highly recommend wearing gloves. I use wire strippers a lot of the times, so you'll see on this motor that has already been stripped out of the sector. I usually cut this all off with wire cutters. Same with this smaller motor that was already ripped apart prior. Now the vice grips, I don't very much use these for the smaller motors. I find there's really no need to. So a lot of the time you will need a grinder or a sawzall, whatever you prefer. And I will cut as close along this as possible. Let me just get a light here just to show you. At times you will literally scrape across the sector here, which is great. The closer you are, the easier it is to get out. So I would definitely recommend getting closer. Now, for purposes here, the way I often start breaking these apart is I take my screwdriver, okay, basic screwdriver, and you're going to put it in between the actual sectors here. And you can lift up by prying on the actual motor. Now you'll hear cracking. The copper is typically, you'll see here, good at holding up. It does look nicked, but it does not break very often. And you're going to go along this entire motor in each sector, kind of wiggling this in and prying it up. And when you do that, you'll start to see these here pushing out. Now you can take a punch and use a punch to push these out. I have done that as an option in the past. I just haven't found that it works as well as prying it out first. I will typically use a punch after I've separated it a bit, but this is a little bit of an insight. I'm going to try to set up the camera to get you a view on how I pull this apart, and we'll go from there.